Hello, I am Rachel from 7 and All. I am a second generation homeschooler who loves to make nerdy homeschool videos here on YouTube. Some of the questions I most frequently get asked here in the comments, on Instagram, in my email is, why do you use two math curriculums, and how, practically speaking, do you use two math curriculums? So I'm going to address those comments in this video today. Curriculum picks videos or my curriculum updates videos or quite a few of my videos, you might notice something, and that's that I tend to use two math curriculums pretty regularly. With one of my children, I am currently using Math with Confidence as well as Beast Academy. With another child, I am using Math with Confidence as well as Math UC. And this has been something that my family has pretty typically implemented. Last year, my sister, who was in high school, was doing Life of Fred calculus as well as Math UC calculus. And to be honest, we don't actually only use two main math resources. Even though Life of Fred, I wouldn't consider it one of my main math curriculums at this stage of homeschooling, we also use Life of Fred, and my son has enjoyed that for years as well. In reality, I often end up using more than two math curriculums, but for the sake of simplicity, let's talk about two. So number one, let's start with the why. Why would I use more than one math curriculum? And the answer to that is because my job here is not to teach a math curriculum, it is to teach math. And it is to teach math to a child. My goal is not to complete a math curriculum. My goal is for this child to, day by day, week by week, or year by year, grow in their understanding and grasp of mathematical concepts and problem-solving skills. That is my goal. That is not a goal that can be limited to or summed up in one curriculum. I am often asked, like, do you think Beast Academy isn't enough? Do you think Math UC isn't enough? Do you think Math with Confidence isn't enough? Why are you using more than one math curriculum? And I would have to say, asking if something is enough is the wrong question to ask, or at least for me, it's not a question I ask in my homeschool. My goal here is not to see like, oh, is this enough math to learn? Why would that be our question? Is this enough math to learn? Enough for what? I don't know what enough would be, but I also don't worry that much about enough, because my goal is always to look at my child, and I look at what my child does know, and I just work on the next thing that they would need to know after that. If they don't know how to count to 10 yet, but they can count to 5, well, we're gonna start working on those numbers between 5 and 10. And if they can count to 10, but they can't count to 20, well, now we're gonna work on the numbers between 10 and 20, and we're just gonna keep working on that next thing. And I use high quality resources to help me work on those next things, because I don't necessarily want to have to come up with every new math activity off the top of my head. So I use high quality resources. In my experience, I found that different math resources do different things well. Math with Confidence, I found this to be an excellent math curriculum that really brings concepts to life, that gives children a lot of review and practice, both oral review and hands-on review, as well as worksheet review. I find this to be an easy curriculum to teach, and a curriculum that has been very effective for my children in mastering math. It does its job well. Now, Beast Academy, this does a different job. The problem sets in the practice books of Beast Academy are significantly more challenging. They're significantly more focused on using a wide variety of problem-solving skills, and they're just, simply put, harder problems than we see in Math with Confidence at this level. So the role that this plays in my homeschool is that of challenge and stretching the brain and getting out of our comfort zone of what we can easily do, and trying to do things that, I can't actually do this yet, but I can learn how to do these harder and newer things and really think even more deeply about numbers. Math with Confidence does do mental math and problem-solving strategies well, but it doesn't stretch my students' brain to the same level that Beast Academy does with the amount of challenge that it offers in these problem sets. In a similar way, with a different student, I love Math with Confidence where we're doing all the hands-on activities and so on, But yet I find Matthew C. Primer to be an excellent math curriculum with so much focus on visually, concretely understanding numbers and understanding how to work with numbers. We're using Primer, and it's just a curriculum that I wouldn't want to miss the experience of using it with my child because it has been so excellent. So my why for using all of these different curriculums is because they're good, they're valuable, they each bring something valuable to the math table. And I'm working to spread a feast of math education for my children. So I don't feel the need to limit myself to one math resource only. I mean, if we think about a math class, is a skilled math teacher really just using one curriculum? Or are they pulling in some of their own activities that they've made up? Or are they pulling in some puzzles and some problem-solving fun? Or are they pulling in some math-related stories or math-related art concepts? I'm pretty sure a good math teacher isn't just being like, no, we're just doing one curriculum and that's it, that's the job. The job isn't to finish one curriculum. The job is to teach math and to show the connection between all of it. So a lot of times using multiple math resources makes it easier to do that, to accomplish that goal. So that's the why. The next question was the how. How do I use more than one math resource? And I feel like a lot of people are expecting me to have some sort of complicated algorithm of we do this on days that begin with T and we do this on the odd numbers or even number days of the month. I do nothing complicated of that sort ever. I'm very, very simple in my approach to using multiple resources because there was never a rule that one school day means you use one math resource. There's no reason for that to be a thing. So on our school days, we do math, we do a lesson from this math curriculum. And then this particular math curriculum is not divided into lessons, which if it were, I probably would just do a lesson. But instead we do a page, or we do 2 pages if they were easy pages of the practice book, or maybe we'll do half a page if it was a very challenging page and we need more time to wrestle with those problems. We might do half a page. I don't set a timer. I just play it by ear and play it kind of by common sense of, yeah, that seems like a reasonable amount of time to spend wrestling with tough problems today. This will be our last problem, and then we're done. With my younger child, Matthew C. and Math with Confidence are both divided into lessons, so that's pretty easy. Just do the next day's lesson, do the next day's worksheet, and we just do both on a day. I don't overcomplicate it. We just use these resources as we go. So if you are looking at using multiple math resources in your curriculum, especially in the early years, so many of these curriculums are justifiably designed to not take that long. A Matthew C. lesson page might take 3 minutes with a child that's working very quickly through their page. So, we can do more than 3 minutes of math in a day. We could also spend 5 or 10 minutes on a Math with Confidence lesson, and it's still a very small chunk of the day. But these small chunks can really build up to a rich math education over time. Now I want to hear from you. Do you use multiple math resources in your homeschool? And if so, how and why do you do that? Chat with me in the comments down below and make sure you are subscribed for more nerdy homeschool videos. I'll see you next time. Bye!